Hi, I'm Miss Teresa. Welcome back to Make It Monday at the Box Springs Library. This is where we make creative crafts with inexpensive materials that you may have at your home or at your local store. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so you're going to need a foam board. Mine is black. You can pick any color you want. You are going to need a pair of scissors, 2 binder clips, any size, at least medium to large. You're going to need Post-its. You're going to need 35 of them. You're going to need pen or pencil. You will need a glue stick. You also need, if I can get this stuff off, you're going to need the days of the week printed out. I printed them out on a 36. And you can print out whatever color you want. I also printed out week 1, week 2, all the way through week 5. So that's your choice. You're going to need some washi tape. You could use the wider or the thinner. I did use the thinner. That's just my preference. You will need a ruler or a yardstick. Because you need to be able to draw the straight line. You may need a balance just because you want to make sure it's level. That's up to you. You can use foam letters, which is what I used. I just got these at the local dollar store. We've had them for a while. Or you can just print it out like you printed the days of the week. You could just print out the word calendar. So that's up to you. And then lastly, you're going to need some markers, some really bright markers. That again is up to you which color you want to use. And another option you can use whenever we're done would be these little markers, little mini markers. They work perfect for attaching on here, so just keep that in mind, okay? So first thing you're going to do is measure out your board. My board is just under 30 inches. So you'll find your middle mark and then measure how big your letters are. My letters are exactly 1.5 inch. So I know from 1.5 inch down, that is where I want to make my mark and make sure that it is even. And then that way I know to go to that mark and not to go past that mark whenever I'm making my line. That way I have a cohesive line. Alright. And that's usually the easiest way I find to do it, is to put a letter down at one end and a letter down at another. And then that I know, oops, I just hit the ruler. And that way I know where to make my line. Mark there, and now I have my line. And then this just spells out calendar. So I'm going to put that on real quick. Excuse me. And usually the way I do it is I start in the middle and then work my way out. So if you're spelling the word calendar, C-A-L, where's my L? There it is. C-A-L-E-N-D-A-R. And so that's 8 letters even. These are all my extra pieces. Don't need any of that. So that would be 4 and 4. So, like I said, it was almost 30. So at 15, that would be our mark right there for the middle. Okay? So my letters are rather old, and we've had them forever, like I said. So I'm just going to put a little glue down on them. Make them a little bit more adhesive. And just make them stick. Give them a good pushing. Okay, welcome back. We've completed the word calendar. Now we're going to complete our grid. We are going to need 5 rows and then 9 columns. Sorry, my brain just went out my window. Okay, so from the line we have for the word calendar to the bottom is 18 inches. So I'm going to draw a row every 3 3/4 of an inch, okay? My room. Alright. I'm going to make a little indentation. And then we will continue with our rows and our columns. We're just going to grid it off. So that way, whenever we come back, we will be putting the washi tape on. Okay, so give me a minute. We're going to grid it off, and then I will show you the grid marks with the pencil, and then we'll continue on with the washi tape, okay? Okay, guys, welcome back. I'm going to try to show you my grid line. I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's one going right down this way, and there's one going right across this way. What I did was I allowed for a 1.5 inch beginning, and then from there I did 3 1/3 space all the way across, and then 3 1/3 all the way down, so that way you have these perfect little squares, okay? So now you're going to pick out whatever washi tape you want. Like I said, I'm going to use the thinner one, and you're just going to put it at the top, and we're going to section off where it says calendar first. And then you'll get your scissors, cut the end, and then you'll repeat this process all the way down, and then the same with the side. You start at the top of the line, because we don't want to go all the way up, but you could if you wanted to. I'm just not going to. And you go all the way down with it. Excuse my mess. Seriously. Alright. Give it a little cut at the bottom. And then you're going to continue this all the way through, okay? So if you give us a minute, we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're back. I've gridded out the whole calendar. As you can see, I did all different colors on here. It's totally up to you what colors you want to use for your washi tape. Like I said, I just did all different fun colors. And while you were gone, I also added the days of the week. I simply just cut them out of a piece of paper and then glued them on. You can use the stick glue. Works perfect for that, okay? So we're at the calendar's all gridded out. Looks awesome. So now we're going to stick our Post-its on there, and I've went in and put the dates. Woo! Put the dates on the Post-its, so that way I can put them in order. They don't, even though they have a little sticky at the back, they don't adhere very well. You can add more glue if you want, or you can have a beam of hot glue. Sorry, my hot glue just won't reach. So we're gonna have to do it off to the side. We've got a little hot glue on here, and you just want to put this right in the center, all the way to that line without going over. And then give it a little press. And then we're going to repeat that process all the way through this, okay? So if you give us a minute, we'll be back. Alright guys, so that's what it looks like, your reoccurring calendar. Like I said, the space over here is if you want to add the week 1, week 2, you would just cut it out and glue it here. I particularly don't want to do that. And then this side of the calendar I left empty, so that way you could put any field trip notice, any thing you have to sign and return, any tickets to anything, any events coming up, you would just post them there with little thumbtacks, and that way it goes according to the week it's going to. So I hope you enjoy, have fun. The great thing about this calendar is that once it's done, you just pull it off and you're ready to go for the next month, okay? Bye. Thank you for joining us for this week's Make It Monday. I hope you had fun making our craft. Remember to like, share, comment. We love seeing your creations. So until next time, bye.